High five. It wouldn't be a properly celebrated Tuivasa win without a couple of shoeys. But this time some random fan threw some heat into the mix. The one downside of a wild Conor McGregor pay-per-view event is he tends to suck up so much oxygen that many other fighter performances on the undercard get overlooked. On a typical weekend, we'd already have stories up about Michel Pereira and Nico Price's wild war, Chris Moutinho's insane toughness against Sean O'Malley, and Tuivasa's glorious knockout of Greg Hardy. Better late than never. We'll get to it all, but this right here is a love letter to Bam Bam Tuivasa, who came into the arena dancing to Spice Girls, kicked some ass, and then downed several shoeys before disappearing again into the night. Let's start with the knockout. As with many heavyweight fights, this one didn't take long. A minute into their fight, Greg Hardy hit Tuivasa with a hard shot that had the Australian on wobbly legs. But the moment he stepped in to try and finish things, Tuivasa turned the fight around and smoked Hardy with a huge overhand left that dropped the Prince of War to the canvas. Official time of stoppage 1:07 of the first round. Immediately after, Tuivasa jumped onto the cage for his traditional shoey, which is a pretty gross blue-collar bloke Australian tradition of drinking beer out of your mate's shoe, sometimes with their spit mixed in. You get someone to spit in it, everybody spits in it, and then you obviously scull it, Tuivasa explained to Megan Levy after his UFC 221 win in Perth. So, welcome to Australia. Usually you get somebody's work boot. That was a pretty new shoe, so that was all right. That was easy. Tuivasa hasn't had many chances to do a proper shoey show for the fans after his last two wins. After beating Stefan Struve in Abu Dhabi, his team struggled to find him a beer in the dry Fight Island arena. The UFC Apex was similarly beerless after he KO'd Henry Hunsaker in March. But finally he got to do his thing for a screaming mob of 20,000 fans, and the crowd reaction was just off the chart. Heading backstage, Ty took the time to scull some random fan shoes as well, but one fan went a bit too far, spraying a pretty significant amount of Dustin Poirier's hot sauce into the shoe along with the beer. As you can see, he did not enjoy it. It took Tuivasa 2 more shoeys before the hot sauce was out of his mouth. His review: hot sauce shoey. Disgraceful. Don't ever do it. Disgusting. Punch the like button and kick the subscription bell.